Say hello, YouTube.
Hello.
What Zach and I are going to try to do today, we're sitting in our side-by-side, thinking up a plan on how to turn a gate, how to turn a fence, a piece of fence that's pre-existing into a gate.
Yeah.
So I want to build the gate while the fence is still standing, and then separate the fence. And I'll show you what I mean. Hold on just a second. Okay, what we can see is the original gate for the house has a post here along the edge of the building, and then there's a post here, and there was a post here, but I moved it a few feet so that I can have a 12-foot gate to get my large trailer in here. I say large, it's a little over 8.5 feet wide, but I want to have clearance so I can back my truck in and not run into anything. There was another pre-existing post here. You ask, why didn't you just leave that post here? I don't know, it just seems like every piece of fence has 2 posts on it before they hinge a gate to it. So, hang on just a second. Okay, I'm back. So, what we plan on doing is running braces up the side and down the center, here and here. So there'll be a brace there, a brace there, a brace here, and a brace here. Give or take a little bit, you'll see the picture. And then we'll put cross braces right here and here, and there and there. We're gonna build the braces, then I'd like to mount my casters. I'm gonna put some swivel casters right here. Then we're gonna put our hinges, we're gonna mount our hinges on the outside, on the other side of the fence, right there and there and there. Then we're gonna mount our handles and our locks, or maybe not mount the handles at that point. We'll probably split the gate there, and then split the gate here, and split the gate here from the back side, and we should have a fully functioning gate without ever having to drop any piece of wood. We can work right there. And I should be able to get my skill saw in and cut a little bit of clearance on the other side because the ground's not perfectly level. So we need to go get some Quikrete to fill in that hole, and we need to get 5 pieces of 2x4, and we're gonna have, let's see, what's our parts list? This is the first thing we could think of right off the top of our head. Like the picture? Yeah. This is how we do it. What's the matter, bud?
I want loud.
You want it loud?
Yeah.
Zach wants it loud, so here's the materials list. 5 2x4s, 2 bags of Quikrete, 6 hinges, 36 lag bolts, 2 handles, a lock, 2 ground locks. You know those poles that you push down into the ground that keep the fence from moving? We're looking for some of those. That way we can lock it open too and not hit the side of the trailer whenever the wind blows. And 2 casters. Hopefully that's all we need. If there's an updated version, we'll try to edit it in later. And let's get it loud. Gotta put it in neutral, buddy. Ready? Oh.
Loud.
Loud. There it is. Say, good job. Okay, we have 5 2x4s treated, just because, I don't know, they were right there. We went to Ace Hardware. I love my local Ace Hardware. I got as much stuff as I could from Ace, and what they didn't have, I went to Lowe's. We're gonna put 2 post gate latches in the ground, a couple casters. This may be overkill. You guys that are smart guys probably know if I'm overkilling the heck out of this or not. Got a little latch and the hardware. I needed 48 of those, but they were 45 cents a piece, or for a box of 100 of them, $29. So, you know, go for the 100. You're already at 22 bucks. And then a bag of Quikrete. And I'm gonna pour it in there, and I'm gonna shoot some water on it, and I hope that's enough Quikrete. If not, I'll just add more later. Okay, we'll get back at it in a minute. Well, this is where my bag of Quikrete leaves me. About a hand depth shy. I don't know, 5 inches or so. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some of this rock that I broke up from moving that post from over there to over here. I'm going to use it as a filler inside of that Quikrete. I'm going to scoop some of that Quikrete out, drop some rocks in there to fill up some of that volume, and drop the Quikrete down in there. That ought to do it. I'll be back. My regular shovel won't get in there very well and let me scoop, so I borrowed my son's little scoop shovel. It takes a lot of scoops, but it'll get the job done, and it's easy work. Back to scooping. So here we go, about the same depth, but I brought the rocks up to it. There's plenty of space in there for the Quikrete to fall in. Forgive my video taking skills. And if you don't, well, imagine you got more problems to worry about than me shaking this camera. Alright. Yep. That ought to do it. 2 to 3 inches below the surface level. Alright, I'm going to put that, I'm going to just jab that in there with a stick, kind of get it all to settle, and then put some water on it and let it set. I've already secured it to the fence. I don't care if it's square or straight or plumb, or I really don't. I plan on using this on the other end and lifting it up. I want to take a skill saw and cut the bottom edge as long as I get clearance. This is old wood. This is my first time. I really don't care if it's perfect. I really don't. I'm looking for functionality, and as you can tell, overkill of strength. I want this thing to work and work well while this wood is still good. I'll rebuild this fence later. I'd like to do something else with it, but that's for another video. Okay, moving on. Okay, here we go. 5-gallon bucket of water, meat hole full of Quikrete. It's the red bag. It says right on the bag, for pouring a post, you just drop it in dry. Set posts without mixing. You just pour the Quikrete in, and then you add some water. So that's what we're doing. Okay, we called an audible. Instead of running this diagonal here and then here, adding a lot of extra weight to the door, I tried to go about equidistance to the center. That way half of the load will be dropped straight across here. I don't know, in my head it makes sense. Maybe if there's an engineering guy out there, you can explain it to me and I'll modify this, but I think it should be strong enough. So it will save on weight and add on rigidity in my mind. So next up, I think we're gonna install the casters here and here. And then on the other side, we're going to put 1, 2, 3 hinges there and 1, 2, 3 hinges there. And then I don't want to put the gate hardware there, but after the casters are installed, which are these spring-loaded guys right here, spring-loaded so that as they travel over the ground, you can see whatever uneven ground there is. There's a little bit of give to it. So the shock isn't absorbed by the fence, it's absorbed by that. And then I think I'll go, and if you can see, I just ran my board next to an already gapped plank. I'm just gonna cut it right there. That's where I'm gonna hinge, and that's where I'm gonna cut. I'm gonna cut from this side. And so once I cut, I make these cuts, I'll have a set of gates. I want to say we're close to $200 in materials, and if I would have hired a guy to come out here and do this, it would have been easily, I'm going to guess $600 to $1,000, and it's cost me 2 days. 1 day was digging that out, which, cool learning experience. Glad I did it. I'm really glad I did it, and then moved it over there. So yeah, we're 2 days labor and $200 material in. We're turning a chunk of 16-foot solid panel into a 12-foot gate. So we'll see how it goes.